Detroit-style Coneys. These were super delicious, and the recipe's really easy, so I hope you guys will make them. So you're starting with your 4 teaspoons of chili powder. You're going to add 1 teaspoon paprika. Then you're going to add 1 teaspoon of cumin, 1 teaspoon dried oregano, 1 teaspoon of salt, and a ½ teaspoon of ground black pepper. You're going to mix that together and set it off to the side. Now you're going to take your ½ pound of ground beef heart. This was, I think, really worth it. So if you can find it, definitely use the beef heart because it definitely gives it that really strong, awesome, good flavor. Then you're going to add your 1 pound of lean ground chuck. Not lean, just ground chuck. Okay, you're going to cook that, and that is going to cook for a little while. You see how those juices are coming out there. That's how you know that it's getting really nice and good and brown. Okay, and you're going to cook that until it looks just about like this. So that nice brown color, all that red or pink is out of there. Okay, then you're going to strain off all the extra fat into a small bowl. So you don't want that to go down the drain. And put that meat back over, let it sit to the side for now. We're going to take that fat and we are going to be making a roux. Right, now we're going to take that fat and we're going to be making a roux. So we're going to take 3 tablespoons of our fat and we're going to add it to 3 tablespoons of flour. Typically with the roux, you're going to want equal portions of fat and flour. Okay. So a roux is used as a thickening agent, so it's going to be the base of a lot of cream-based soups, and in this case we're going to be using it to thicken our tomato-based sauce that is going to end up going into our meat. So you can see here, you just want to mix it together and then you want to let it cook until it gets a little bit browned, and then we're going to be adding our 1½ cups of chicken broth. And you're going to want to break that up. So mine got a little bit more firm than I wanted it to be. You may not have that result, and just let me know how yours goes. But when you put it in the blender, it's going to take care of that anyway, so it's not a huge deal. Then we're going to add our 2 teaspoons of cider vinegar here. And back to my nemesis, our 4 ounces of tomato paste. As you can see, I'm going to speed this up because, of course, it was difficult for me to get that tomato paste out of there. Go ahead and stir that together, and then we'll just let it simmer on a very low heat. It's not a big deal if it doesn't mix completely because we're going to blend it later. And then after that, we're going to go ahead and we're going to mix in our 1 yellow onion, our 3 cloves of minced garlic, and our red bell pepper into our meat mixture. Now after this step, we have a step that didn't get recorded for whatever reason, and I apologize for that. But what you're going to do is you're going to push that mixture to the side so you have a bare spot on your pan, and then you're going to take your spice mixture and you're going to lay it out in that bare section so that you can toast the spices. And what you're looking for when you toast spices is a really aromatic fragrance that you're going to be able to smell it, and that's the only way you can tell when it's done because you don't want it to burn. So once you can really smell it, go ahead and mix it back into your meat mixture, and then we'll go ahead and move on to the next step. What I've been doing while I was talking about the spices is we took our tomato sauce that we made with our roux and we went ahead and put it in a blender so that we can blend it, get that really nice consistent sauce that's almost like a paste-like consistency is what you're looking for. So now once we've pureed that in the blender, once we've got our consistency we're looking for, now we're going to go ahead and add that to our meat mixture, and then we're going to stir it together, and that's going to give us our final coney sauce. Again, really flavorful. Even my boys who don't actually usually like chili dogs, they said they really enjoyed this and they thought it was really delicious. So I encourage you to make this. Might seem a bit adventurous, but it really isn't that crazy. And with that, we're finally ready to build our dogs. One thing you're going to want to note here is you're going to want to use a pork-based dog. So that's what I'm showing here. This was the only primarily pork-based dog that they had at our grocery store. But look for that specifically. Then you're going to want to cut it in half without cutting it completely in half and lay it flat on either your grill or your pan, whichever you prefer, so that you can give it that nice, really grilled look. Then you're going to add a line of mustard. Again, ballpark is traditional, but just use I used French's. Just use whatever you have. Then from there, you're going to add your coney sauce. Just pile it on there, and then add our diced white onion on top of that, and that will finish them off. And there you have Detroit-style Coneys. They were absolutely